Battlefield 3 Premium. It's been with us now for over 9 months, and with the recent release of Endgame across all premium platforms, that denounces a closure and the end of downloadable content for Battlefield 3. So I thought now would be a good time to look back over the last 9 months and look at the highlights of Premium and just how much it was worth that extra money. Now myself and a lot of other people out there I know were a little bit skeptical when they first heard about Battlefield 3 Premium upcoming release. I know a lot of people had been hoping that maybe the DLC was going to be free for people who had bought the game brand new, as was the system with Battlefield Bad Company 2. So a lot of people were pretty skeptical when they first heard about this prepaid premium service that was coming for Battlefield 3. A lot of people had the misunderstanding and the worries that Battlefield was maybe heading in a Call of Duty Elite style direction. But with all that said, I still myself picked up Battlefield 3 Premium on the day of its release around the 4th of June 2012. And I know that a lot of other people who had at first been very skeptical of the premium service as well had gone ahead and bought the service. So over the last 9 months, what did we actually get for our money? Now of course the 5 main things that everyone were interested in was of course the map packs. The first of which being Back to Karkand, which a lot of people already owned if they pre-ordered Battlefield 3, but if you hadn't, you got that straight away as soon as you bought Premium, and with that you got 4 new maps to Battlefield 3, all of which had featured in Battlefield 2, 10 new weapons and 10 new assignments. Now in hindsight, a lot of people say that Back to Karkand was probably the best DLC for Battlefield 3, as it brought out the new weapons and the maps that a lot of people wanted to play from Battlefield 2. Now I myself hadn't played much of Battlefield 2, but I did enjoy the maps, my favourite of which turned out to be Sharky Peninsula. I think that was a very good map for Rush, and also my favourite weapon turned out to be the L85A2. I'd been very excited for that weapon to feature in the game, as it is the standard assault rifle for the British Army, and it isn't actually a weapon that features in too many first-person shooters. Now moving on to the 12th of June, 8 days after the initial release of Battlefield Premium came Close Quarters. Now this boasted HD micro destruction and the new game mode Conquest Domination. Now initially Close Quarters was received with mixed opinions. A lot of people felt it wasn't the direction that Battlefield should be heading in, and it was a little bit too much like Call of Duty. Now I must admit, initially I was one of these people. I wasn't too keen on Close Quarters at first. I couldn't get used to the game style. I found myself being killed from all different angles repeatedly. But after a while, after getting used to the game mode and learning how to play the game mode and what were the best kind of settings and map sizes and team sizes for the game modes, I must say that now Close Quarters is probably one of my favourite go-to map packs in the game. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, on the 11th of September 2012 was the release of Armored Kill. Now once again this DLC did include 4 new maps, one of which was the largest map Battlefield have ever created, Bandar Desert, and the new game mode Tank Superiority. But a lot of people were actually upset that they didn't include 10 new weapons, as they'd come to expect that with all the previous DLCs that had come out. But there were 20 new unlocks available for the new vehicles and the new vehicle challenges within the game. Now I must admit Armored Kill was probably the DLC that I was least excited for, as of course it was very vehicle orientated and I'm a very infantry based player. And of course at first the AC-130s did make playing game modes like Rush, which I do tend to stick with, quite difficult to play. So I must admit Armored Kill is probably the least played DLC out of all the DLCs for Battlefield 3 for me personally. Then on the 4th of December 2012 came the highly anticipated Aftermath DLC, which once again featured 4 new maps, 3 new modified vehicles and the new game mode Scavenger, which for me personally was probably my favourite game mode out of the new DLC map packs, as it got me to use different weapons that I hardly use throughout the game, and it added a new twist and a new playstyle to Battlefield 3. Now unfortunately, once again with Aftermath, there weren't 10 new weapons, but they did bring out one pretty special weapon, which a lot of people were pretty excited for, which was of course the crossbow, which allowed people to go around using stealth, and it added a new aspect and playstyle to the game. And of course the final DLC, which culminated in the end of the Battlefield 3 Premium, was of course Endgame, which brought along 4 new maps, Capture the Flag game mode, and of course Air Superiority, along with the much beloved dirt bikes that you can see me using here. So that really concludes all of the DLCs that were available for Battlefield 3 and my opinions and thoughts on them. And to round up, I must say that in hindsight I think Aftermath was probably my favourite DLC. I enjoyed the new maps and I especially enjoyed the Scavenger game mode. But in the comment section below, I want to hear from you guys. I want you to tell me what was your favourite DLC and why. And also, what extra things would you have liked to see brought into the game, apart from the obvious of Dino mode. For me personally, I'd have liked to have seen something similar to Back to Karkand, but for Bad Company 2. I'd have especially loved to have seen Arica Harbour brought into Battlefield 3 with the Frostbite 2 engine. That would have been one of my personal favourites. But as I said, tell me in the comment section below what you thought of Premium and all the DLCs that were available. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please give me a comment and a like and a favourite, it does help out a lot. But in the meantime guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.